So I grew up in Van Buren, Arkansas. My dad was super into sports. He was a college athlete. And so sports have always been a big part of my life. I went to a private Christian school, so I had the same coach all the way from 7th grade to 12th grade. And I would say that he was, outside of my parents, was probably the biggest influence on me. You know, I was with him for 6 years, so I mean, there's a lot to learn from that. He was just a good Christian mentor that helped me grow and let me see what it looks like, you know, day to day. Very big on hard work, very big on doing things when nobody's looking. And we were really good in sports. And so having success at that level made me want to continue to have success. It just kind of breeded that mentality. As I got older and get into high school and start thinking about college, my biggest goal in life was to be an Arkansas Razorback. I was able to get a scholarship to go play baseball at Arkansas. To be honest with you, playing professionally was never even a thought. It didn't even become a thought until the end of my time at Arkansas. And it's like, hey, you're gonna get drafted and have a chance to go play professionally. And I remember calling my dad and being like, what do I do? And he's saying, well, just keep playing until they tell you to stop. And I was like, that's pretty good advice. And so got drafted in '06 and, you know, fortunate enough in 2011 to get to play in the World Series. That was just like an experience that I can't even hardly describe. You know, that was incredible, but I met my wife shortly after that. Get traded, go out to Oakland for 2 years. That's where our first daughter was born, out in Northern California. Ended up playing with, you know, the Rangers for quite a while, and the Angels, Athletics, and the Orioles. In baseball years, I was considered relatively old and, you know, just kind of fighting through a couple of injuries. Ultimately, the decision came to my family. My daughter was about to start kindergarten. I missed a lot of her life for the first 5 years. And at this point, it was, if I keep playing, I'm not gonna see them very often. So didn't really have a plan, to be honest with you, but knew it was time to move on to something different. And so retired in 2019 and then took a year, finished my degree, trying to figure out along the way what interests me, what I wanted to do, because I was lost. And a lot of players, that's the biggest struggle. And so, funny enough, I got interested in commercial real estate, trying to buy some on my own. And so I ended up getting connected with a couple of bankers here at Vista Bank. We had lunch, good conversation, good guys. I really enjoyed being around them, really enjoyed getting to know them. Once I finished my degree, my buddy here got in contact with me and said, hey, we'd be interested in hiring you and training you and let you learn on the job. And, you know, for me, the fact that him and the bank were willing to make that commitment to me and kind of see beyond the baseball player and just see the person was kind of like, all right, well, this is a place I think I want to be. And that was almost 5 years ago. I would say the number one thing that former athletes miss the most when they're done playing is the locker room. You know, you miss those relationships, you miss that camaraderie, and I think coming to the bank, the group we have here is a bunch of really good people. I thoroughly enjoy, you know, interacting with everybody, building those relationships, thoroughly enjoy meeting clients, meeting new people. I'm not on that same locker room team, but I still feel like I'm a part of the team, you know, so that's been a huge one for me. One of my most favorite things about the bank is its focus on the culture. And this branch, you know, obviously Marcus is a good buddy of mine. It's just a good group of people. It's fun to come to work and learn about the people's lives and become friends and grow. And that's ultimately what I love doing the most. I would say I'm most proud of on a personal level, my family. I'm super proud of that. We have 2 beautiful girls. We have a great relationship. Professionally, I think I'm most proud of being able to reinvent myself and continuing to be intentional with trying to grow as a person, continuing to learn, continuing to show up every day and do my job has been very rewarding. And the fact that Vista is invested so much time and effort into me, like that's been awesome and something that I'm just super grateful for and happy to be a part of.